Now, if you are a loud cheerer at your kids' sports matches, you'll probably be horrified by this one. This weekend, the FA are introducing National Silent Support Weekend, where parents and coaches attending sports matches will be banned from cheering, which obviously means there's no bad mouthing either, or booing or anything like that. Only sort of polite clapping is going to be allowed. And Jane, you're sitting there smirking, and I know why. Because if Gary was still at sports matches, he'd have to be tied up.
He would literally have to just stay home. It's impossible. He was the loudest person at every single sports day. And so we're going back to reception year days, right? When they do sack races and egg and spoon and all of that. And Grace, he was like, right, the day before, I literally came down in the morning and he's there and he's got Grace in a bin liner. He's got her foot in each corner of the bin liner and he's like, right, you've got to keep it tight here. And if it's baggy, you fall over. Anyway, we went to sports day. It was so embarrassing. The minute they went, ready, steady, go, she was over the finish line.
I think, actually, we've got some audio of Gary, if we could just hear this.
Go on, Grace! Go on, Grace! Go on, Gracie!
Gracie!
Go on, Grace! Keep going, Grace!
That's egg and spoon. And it got worse as the years went on. And I think we got the photo. This is our favourite photo in our family. So she's done the sack race.
The wee thing.
This is him now coaching her for egg and spoon. And he used to say, because he's a big Chelsea fan, and Mourinho, I think, was there at the time, and he used to go, losing is a disease.
But, you know, obviously, Frankie, with Wayne, like former England footballer...
Does he go crazy?
Which way did he go on it?
No, he doesn't at all. I think because, like, he didn't come from a pushy background, so his parents didn't push him into football.
Oh.
And so he's quite chilled. We were at a match yesterday with our eldest, actually, and I was really trying to get a video just of the sound of him because he doesn't shout out loud, but he kind of commentates as it's going along. So he's like, go on, Parker. Yeah, go on, Parker. Yeah, Parker, get stuck in there. Oh, well done, Aidan. Yeah, oh, you know, like, he's talking about everyone.
Do you think he gets self-conscious because he's a footballer, that he doesn't want anyone to see him sort of saying... He's having to suppress it.
You don't want to look like that person. And also, like, Parker's like, you know, they're just doing it for fun. He's 9.
But, I mean, do you see...
They have no idea what team they're wearing, by the way.
Have you seen other parents, like... do you think it is a problem? Because it's actually quite a big deal for the FA to do this.
I do think it... Obviously, I think there needs to be an in-between, and unfortunately, it always has to go one way before it goes another. Yeah. I think it would be really sad if we all had to stand there in silence and, like, just, you know, like, I'll give out the, come on, Parker, come on, Carter, but that's about it. But you do have parents... I was at a game a few weeks ago, and the opposite team to us, the parents, there was 2 men, and they were literally laughing at 8 or 9-year-old boys that had fallen over, pointing and laughing, going, you fell over. They're not at a real blooming football match, do you know what I mean?
That's training for hooliganism.
But it's that, it's just, and it's making kids feel
but
like...
But it's the difference, isn't it, between cheering your own child, I think, is
and jeering another child.
But booing another child is... But as ever, it's like the naughty one in the class, everybody gets punished for what one person does.
The only thing is, I mean, this might sort the situation briefly. I'm not convinced it will at the football pitch. But, I mean, if that is the parents' mentality, when the child is going home and is in the back of the car, they're going, what were you doing here? What were you thinking about? The kid's still going to get it, you know, if that's the way that the parent approaches it. I suppose they're just trying
to control within the pitch sportsman-like behaviour. I
don't know if that's
and you're not
kids.
I'm just trying to think, because we
this
were not
is just foreign to you, isn't it?
You surprised me.
I mean, I used to go to sports and go, oh, God, do I have to? I had not one competitive bone in my body. But I'm trying to think... But we weren't a family that were into sport. We'd go, you know, everything was about acting or singing or whatever.
But would they cheer and that stuff if you were on
you would
stage?
cheer, but I'm trying to think of the equivalent. If we were going to watch my daughter singing, we'd go, oh, yeah, go on, Maddie. But the idea that somebody else would come on and sing and you'll jeer them or boo,
well,
it's just unfathomable.
That's the problem. And I just think if you take away a parent...
It's natural enthusiasm.
Well, also with that, you wouldn't have Andy Murray, you wouldn't have Lewis Hamilton, you wouldn't have David Beckham, because all of those sports people have got the parent behind them who has
having said
them
that,
on.
Ian is a tennis coach, and I don't think he would agree with you. I mean, he would say it has to come from the child. That desire to sort of compete at an elite level, yes, supported by the parents, but quietly supported that unless the kid has got that real desire, you're unlikely to.
Oh no,
get
I mean,
them
but
to
that parent
point.
is the one that gets the child up at 6 in the morning to go to the
yeah,
prayer
yeah, yeah.
and all of that.
But you
know,
can
the
do that really quietly,
enthusiasm.
can't you?
Yeah,
You don't have to be.
Just whisper to them.
Yeah, whisper.